Here now in Abuja, we've got Dr. Diakpo Bire, who is a member of the APC. Good morning. Thank you for coming on today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, yes, indeed, inching closer to the big day, and today is a big day for your party because we're having a mega rally in Lagos today. But several things just hanging, almost something, a sort of Damocles, as it were. First, this policy. This cashless policy, Naira swap or currency exchange, whichever way. And then add to that the discordant tunes within your party, many wondering how they will pull together and make the desired impact in these elections. What is your impression? Isn't this going to affect your party in terms of the expected results?
Well, I don't think we are going to be affected in any way. Because the election is not about distributing money or vote buying and all that. Election is about talking to the people what you're bringing to the table. And when they buy into your ideas, they buy into what you're bringing to the table, they give you their votes.
But right now, the people think that your party has emasculated them. They don't have resources to carry out their businesses. Some businesses have taken a big hit. They don't see any reason why they should vote APC again.
Well, there's one thing you must know about politics and governance. When you talk about APC policy affecting the people, we are talking about people of Nigeria, and I am also part of the people. I am also suffering this problem. Everybody is suffering this problem. So it's not a policy that came that okay. Some section of people are outside this.
So at least clearly, that's an admission that we are all suffering from the policy your party has brought on Nigerians.
No, it's not a policy.
You just said so.
No, I said there's difference between policy, between partisan politics and governance, right? This is a policy of the CBN. The CBN is an arm of government. It has nothing to do with it's an agency of government, and it doesn't have anything to do when it comes to APC policies, APC management policy of the country.
So are you telling us now that the CBN forced this policy on the president?
Well, on this matter, a lot has come up, and we have also heard so much.
Like what?
From the presidency, from the president himself, from the courts, from the governors. All these are the interests of Nigerians. Everybody is talking concerning the interests of Nigerians, whether the governor's going to court, whether the president coming into bringing some succor to this problem. It's all about Nigerians.
Well, I'm more interested in your title. You are President's Good Leadership Advocacy for Africa. And I'm sure oftentimes when we talk about leaders and leadership attributes, I'm just wondering, how does your presidential candidate tick the leadership attribute box for you?
You see, when you talk about leadership, it's a whole lot. It's not just coming to the podium to say, this is this or this is that. Tinubu has a track record that everybody can see when it comes to human capital development, when it comes to management of resources, when it comes to innovations, when it comes to so many things. Tinubu is a candidate to beat. He is prepared, he is ready to take Nigeria from where we are now to where we want to be.
You say he's the candidate to beat, but you know what? For a number of people, you know, he's not running by himself. He's going to be compared with, against other candidates. They believe that the ticket which he presents is a problematic ticket. The fact that it's a Muslim ticket, they believe that already is given the country. You know, it's already setting a line of division between Christians and Muslims in the country, and it's not an all-inclusive ticket. For those who make that argument, how do you counter them?
Let me tell you something. we try as much as possible to weaponize sentiments in this country. We are talking about running a nation here. We are not talking about running a religion, a religious group or whatever. This is Nigeria we are talking about. When you have a problem, everybody knows that, yes, Nigeria needs good leadership. President Buhari has tried his best. Now we need someone else to take the baton from this moment. And all we are talking about, in all the problems we have in this country, we are talking about religion as a basis of voting the next leader. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
You say it is weaponizing sentiments, but whether or not we like it, we know that oftentimes elections are emotional matters.
But what you need to understand is election, politics is not an art. It's a science. People put one-on-one together to get a result. If APC had picked one-on-one together in this regard, and they feel this is what is going to give them victory at the polls, let it go. What Nigerians should be looking at is, what is the capacity of these two gentlemen? What can they bring to the table when it comes to good governance, when it comes to accountability, when it comes to innovation, when it comes to moving the country forward? This is what Nigerians should be looking at, not that Christian, Muslim, or Muslim Christian, for God's sake.
You know, I wish we could actually do away with our history. It's going to be very difficult to do so. And that's one of the reasons why some of these balances are very quiet and oftentimes unspoken and oftentimes taken for granted. That's why they're important. I'm sure you know that. I mean, when you talk about leadership as an attribute, I'm just wondering, when you talk about, weaponizing sentiment and that speech which your candidates made in Abeokuta, what would you say that was about, for instance?
Well, let me tell you something. That speech, a lot of people take it into different contexts. It might not mean what you're thinking concerning that speech, might not mean what Asiwaju is thinking when he made that statement.
It wasn't weaponizing sentiment?
He wasn't weaponizing sentiments.
What did it mean to you?
What it meant to me?
Yeah.
He made a statement, right? He made a statement. At that point, Asiwaju was talking. Asiwaju wasn't talking to Nigerians. Asiwaju was talking to APC people. At that time, he hasn't gotten the ticket. You must understand this. At that time, it was a party politics that was going. Yes, they are Nigerians, but he was not talking to the Nigerian voters yet. He was talking to his party. The reason why he should be given the opportunity to fly the party ticket, that is what he was talking about.
Do you think that when we open up, oftentimes when we're talking about leadership and the ideals of leadership, when we eventually open it up, do you think that we really have been able to get to a place where we can truly be objective about, leadership qualities and realizing them when we talk about them in the context of our country, Nigeria?
Great. When you talk about leadership, right, is bringing the right people to the table to do the job. Tinubu is known for this. Tinubu is a team player. Nobody runs a country himself. The president alone cannot run the country. He needs people to run the country. And we have this testament that is out there that Tinubu is a team player. He knows how to assemble the right people to do the right job. And I don't think any Lagosians will wake up tomorrow and say, the people that have ruled Lagos after him have disappointed Lagosians. They have always and have all performed their duties. And they've been praised for that. So we must look at this side of him. We must not always look at the other side. Government is not about I. No, it is leadership is about we and not I. I hear candidates saying, I will do this, I will do this, I will do that. No, that's not leadership. Leadership is we. Who are the we? The people you were able to put together to drive your dreams and get the result. This is what leadership is all about. And that is what Tinubu is all about.
You know, when you then say they weaponize certain things, you talk about the religion, people's identity, it comes across, and perhaps that's what you're saying, that essentially our founding fathers, those who drafted the laws, were not being realistic. They were not thinking straight when they spoke about the principle of the federal character.
Now, when you talk about principle of the federal character, religion, when it comes to governance, religion is not playing any role there. There's nothing like they appointed this person a DG because he's a Christian. They appointed this person to be CBN governor because he's a Muslim.
Speaking about the principle, which speaks about representation.
Listen, there are Christians and there are Muslims in every government. There is no government that has been in this country that you don't have, or some sect of religious people were sectionized. It's not possible. Not just the Christian and Muslim. Those are not the only religion we have in this country. We have native doctors. We have others. So where do you put these people? Should they come up tomorrow and say, where are we in the Nigerian context?
Have you heard several, because I mean, we've had several persons from your party who've been here, and they categorically say that the presidential candidate of your party always says this policy, this cashless policy, is not his, clearly dissociating himself from this policy, which suggests to lots of people that this is not a good policy.
Listen, the policy itself is a good policy.
So why is he dissociating himself from it?
The policy itself is a good policy. What Asiwaju is talking about, this policy, is the implementation of this policy. The implementation is what is affecting you, Chamberlain. If I say give me 10,000 now, even 1,000, you don't have it. It's affecting you, it's affecting me, because the monies we have been taken away from us and put in the banks, and now you cannot access it. This is not swap now. This is mopping up.
As a result of that, several businesses, there's been riots, there's been protests, and you will tell all those people that it is not the policy, it's the implementation.
Yes, it is the implementation. And then because it's also affecting the candidates.
So does that then mean that those who are implementing the policy cannot see this?
Let me tell you, this is a political era.
And as such,
accusations upon accusation, counter accusations are happening.
You just said the implementation is a problem.
Yes.
So is that an accusation?
Listen, what I'm saying.
Is it an accusation?
We're not talking about the implementation as an accusation. We are talking about how people see this policy. Some people politically are seeing it as if they want to winch hunt some people. Some people are seeing it as if some party candidates have gotten some relief from CBN. Some are saying it is because Asiwaju has money somewhere. I don't know. These are some of the ways that people see this policy.
What do you think about the announcement by the governor of Kaduna State that the currency, the 500,000 naira notes, are legit in Kaduna State?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, this matter is in court. Then two, the governor is the CEO of that state.
So he was right.
I'm not saying he's right.
Is he wrong then?
I am not a lawyer.
If you say he's not right, it means you say he's wrong.
Listen, just listen to me. I'm not a lawyer to be able to determine this, or I'm not a court of law to determine whether he's right or he's wrong. That is why they are in court. But the issue is you must not take the facts away that the governor of Kaduna State, the people that voted him as governor are looking up to him. And every action he is taking today concerning this is because of the people of Kaduna State. Because of the feeling of how this affects his people. That is why they put themselves together and say, look, our people cannot be suffering like this. So it's between the state and the federal government.
So even there you go. So the people also acknowledge that the policy is wrong and that they are suffering, as you have again said.
No, I didn't say so. I said the policy is okay, but the implementation is wrong.
You just said that the people acknowledge they are suffering from this policy.
Yes, because the implementation of the policy is wrong. That is why I am suffering it, you are suffering it, everybody is suffering it.
In other words, you're saying that the president is watching us all suffer.
The president has brought in some relief. Which is allow the 200 naira notes to go back to circulation.
But you said
so it's left.
You said the matter is still in court. So should he have said that?
Well, this is what is in the public domain. This is what is happening. You are aware, I'm aware.
Should he have said that since the matter is still in court?
He has those who advise him legally. So I cannot speak for the advice the president has gotten that made him to go ahead and say, allow 200, but I believe it's for the interest of Nigerians.
Well, this policy is the latest in a long line of policies of the APC. Some people, they keep wondering, you know, the president said he was going to fix security, he was going to fix the economy, and he was also going to stop corruption. Those are the three pillars upon which he campaigned, and, you know, the APC saw that in his manifesto. I'm just wondering, if you were to rate the APC, say, on a scale of 1 to 100, in the area of security, battling security, how would you say it has fared?
I would not want to rate by what you just said, because the issues of security is a serious matter. It's beyond probably what you can comprehend. Those who wear the shoe, who are saddled with responsibility of governance, they are aware of what is going on. The intelligence reports the presidency, the governors receive, you are not privy to them. So you will not be able to say this. Every government has fight one insecurity or the other from Obasanjo time till now.
You said that those who wear the shoe, it is the Nigerian people who wear the shoes.
No, I'm talking about...
It is the people of... Just a moment. It was the people of Nigeria who were promised security, and they know when they're feeling more secure. So I'm asking you, as a Nigerian, I'm sure that you know when you feel safe, when you feel secure, when you're able to travel freely and safely. I'm asking you, as a Nigerian, to rate the government of the APC on the promise of security on a scale of 1 to 100. How would you rate them?
Well, the president has done the best he can do.
You're unable to give a figure?
Well, I'm unable to give the figure because I am not there.
Are you afraid of the result?
I'm not afraid of the result. If you have the figure, give it.
But she's asking for rating.
No.
For your personal figure?
My personal figure.
Indeed.
I should rate it. Yes, the government has done the best they could do, at least in the scale of 1 to what?
100, I said.
1 to 100. I give them 75.
All right. So at the moment, for those who can access this cash, as you've repeatedly said, many of them are suffering. Your party's campaigning today. Elections will be on Saturday. People's businesses have been hit. You think those people will vote for your party?
They will vote for my party because there's difference between Bola Ahmed Tinubu and he is not the one running the economy at the moment. He is running for presidency because he wants to correct some of the things that are wrong and build on some of the things that have been done by this administration.
So this is wrong policy. To correct it means it's not right. That's what you just
said. I'm not talking about...
We thank you, Dr. Odiako Obire, member of the APC and president. Good leadership, advocacy for Africa. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
All the best to your party.
Thank you for having me.
We will be back in just a moment. Stay with us.